Thanks again for joining BizTexter.com, and here is the video that is after the video about auto replies. This video is on scheduled messages. And this is the secret sauce, right? So the people who are using our platform and making the most money at it are not only setting up very, very smart automatic responses so the system can have automated chat conversations with people, gain their trust, get them to click your links, that kind of thing. But follow-ups are half the battle. So these timed follow-ups are the most important. So let's go ahead and edit this first one so you can understand what I'm talking about. So who to send to. So people who've triggered the headset responder, right, which is a promotion that we did. And I want them to, they ended up in that group. So as soon as they are added to that group, start this timer for when they're going to receive this message. If you're not using Smart Rotator, I highly recommend you do. If you are, always specify Smart Rotator as the preferable phone number that you're sending from. When to send, you can specify a specific number of days, hours, and even minutes. So this one's scheduled for 1 hour after the person triggers the headset responder. Send them this message. If you're not already an affiliate, join our program, 20%, right? And so our headset promotion was for referrals, people referring us, customers to us. So then when they trigger that, an hour later, they get this particular message. And of course, you can use our name features in these too, but if you're missing their contact name, it's not going to work out that well. Then you hit activate and save. Now you can create as many of these as you want. So let's go over here and edit number 2. And let's say we want to do the same one. We want a second follow-up to go to the headset group, of course, from Smart Rotator. And this one we want it to go 72 hours. Of course, you can just specify 3 days over here instead. And I want them to receive this message. Just following up. Did you sign up as an affiliate? Question mark. And then, of course, I would hit activate and then hit save if I was really going to. Well, I'll just do it. So I'm going to hit save here, and you're going to see, boom, it changed the title right here. So it tells you what it's doing. 3 days after triggering headset. So okay, that's my 3-day one, or this is my 1 hour one. All right, and you can go through and edit these templates that we already have in here. But of course, you can create as many as you want. Now, an important thing to remember is you have to set your send rate, your speed of sending. It's set at 100 an hour, which is super slow. Depending on how big your list is, that might be way too slow. So you might move it up. And depending on how many phone numbers you have in your Smart Rotator, you can set it all the way up to 3,600 per hour, which is 1 per second. And that basically means, it's as fast as it can go. So thinking all these out is super important. So depending on what groups you're creating, so let's go to contacts, and you can see, okay, each of our standard responders created a group. Okay, I see those there. Also, I have some custom ones, right? So that headset one had 126 people say they wanted to know about our headset promotion. We were giving away a free VR headset. So if I want to, I can export those people and send them to my sales team, or I can send an automatic follow-up to them. But these, of course, are also available in your Send tab to send a custom promotion, just one time without having to worry about specifying a time or anything. So I'm going to send to the headset groups. I'm going to pick what I want to send and hit send. Now, we also have scheduled messages, right? So these are more like for webinars and things that are on a specific date and time, regardless of when the person opted in. So here you give it a title, what group you want to send to. And let's say it was, headset from Smart Rotator. And then we want to pick our date and time. So click this little icon right here. And specify your time by clicking up or down, AM, PM, And then you can click here for the date. So it's going to be on the 19th at 4:15 p.m. And I'm going to say, hey, by the way, don't forget, it's our last minute sign up for our headset promotion, right? And that way I know that on this date, everyone who has opted in by triggering this responder, they don't really know they're opting in, but they got funneled into that group. Everyone who's in there gets this message starting at this exact time. And then, of course, you got to set your send speed right here as well. So you activate it and hit save. Once it's complete, it'll say complete here. If it's not complete, it won't. Now, we also have daily rotation, or basically weekly. So you might have, let's say your webinar is every Wednesday at whatever time. So you can specify who to send to. Maybe you have a group called webinar, right? And you specify the time that's going to go out to them from your smart rotator. Don't forget, our webinar is tonight at blah, blah, blah time. Here's the call-in number and PIN, yada, yada. And they'll go out to whatever group you specify every Wednesday at the specified time, right? So that's how that works. And make sure you click activate and hit save. So you can do it every day of the week. You can do a specific time and date, and then that type of thing. Or you can do it based off a specific time from the point where they did some certain thing. And let's go back to that again real quick. So you don't want to specify all contacts in one of these, because anyone you import, anything, they automatically will go into that queue. Make sure it's some type of custom group that you're sending to. That way, only when people trigger that are they added into it. Otherwise, if you import people into that group, as an example, then boom, they'll start getting all these, and you'll wonder why the system's sending out a bunch of text messages. Again, pay close attention to this. See how I accidentally had it over 160 characters that would charge me twice. I don't want that, so I need to reword this a little bit. Show this text within 3 days, thanks. And I'm just going to shorten this to thanks. Okay, now it turned blue. It's good to go. It's only going to use one text whenever this goes out, and I'm good to go. Now, these are what actually activate a lot of conversation, right? So you might just have something like, let's follow up with who from Smart Rotator, and we want to do this shortly. Let's say 20 minutes later after they say, who is this? And then I'm going to say, whatever I wanted to say. Hey, how's it going? I feel something good's going to happen today. You can just say simple, nice things and create a bunch of follow-ups where you're just kind of dripping happy content to people, a positive, encouraging thing to say for that day, or just saying hello, those kind of things. And inevitably, people are going to reply, and they're going to run into one of your responders that, triggers maybe another one, right? And of course, the whole idea is to design all these in a way that gets you the most conversions. So whether your conversions are, clicking a link and signing up for something, or they're to call a phone number and listen to your voicemail, or to your pre-recorded message, or to talk to a real person, whatever the situation is, you want to design all these to eventually talk those people into it. And the difference between just cold blasting a link to people versus doing the smart way with all these autoresponders and scheduled messages is night and day. We have some customers who have upgraded to sending millions of messages with us, and they did it based on following my advice to set all these up because their return on investment was so much higher. They went from getting a 1 to 3% response rate. In some cases, they're getting 12, 18 percent in positive response rates. So pay attention to this video. If you don't pay attention to any other videos, rewind it, watch it again, whatever you have to do, because this is where your money is going to come from. And so in our next video, I'm going to show you a lot more about the inbox, which is over here, and what these icons are for, how to manage your inbox, and how to consistently make your autoresponders smarter over time. So thank you so much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.